And we're good. Here we are. Casual Fridays. Fridays. Okay?
Well, Lewis took off like the last 2 weeks, so we're regrouping on a Friday instead of a
Yes.
Thursday.
I'm Lewis. This is Jess. And here we are. This is Casual Fridays. Number 8. Okay? Can't you believe we've done this 8 times. That's pretty nifty.
Yeah, we also missed a few.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Jess. Yo. I'm working up tired.
Well then,
So I be tired. Like, sometimes when you just get home and you're like, all right, I'm going to free up my schedule just to lay down. I did that yesterday. I freed up.
well you can. Well, that's why you don't say every week.
Mm-hmm.
You can do casuals like every other week, so you can have a few days where you're not doing the streaming. And then when you tell people when we end it, we'll be back on this date for casual. Just don't tell them I'll be back next week because there's no guarantee. You don't want to be that person.
Viewers will deal with it. All right? We'll fucking deal
No,
with
I
it.
think it's important that we are tardy and that we have a consistent schedule somewhere.
That is true.
You don't want to be treated like that as a subscriber. Stop it. When your show is doesn't have a schedule and well they're here one day they're not one here. Like you don't want to be that. We're not going to be that.
That is true. Only for casuals. Yo, son, I'd be tired during the week, guys. I'm sorry, guys. If you're watching this right now, I'd be tired. All right.
No,
So give me
if you're
some fucking
watching,
grace. All right.
we will most likely be going to casuals every other week. We don't have to do it every single Tuesday and Thursday. It'll most likely be
Well,
done. No, no, no,
some
because
days
we're
I'm
not
feeling
gonna.
nice. Some days I'm
Well,
not
then you
feeling
can
so
call those
good.
pop-up surprise streams, but don't guarantee something that
All
you
right.
can't deliver
All
on.
right. I'll call it a pop up. I'll call it a pop up shop
There you
for
go.
2 hours. Pop up
Pop-up
shop.
shop.
Pop up shop.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So before I click the start button here, we were getting into a decent conversation because throughout this week, like one day from this week, I woke up and I was just thinking about like specifically men. Okay. Now, granted, all right, I am a man. Okay. But like, it's so funny because
What type of man are you talking about, though? Red pillars?
shitty man, shitty,
Okay.
shitty men. That's what I talk about. And it's funny because Beanish has made me hate men more uh, than I used to. Like I used to be more sympathetic sometimes. You know what I mean? I used to give them the benefit of the doubt.
All
Now
men do.
it's hard. I don't do that shit, right? So I don't really do that shit no more. Okay? So I
Oh,
was
no,
just
because now you see how they're scummy.
clock it, chat. Clock it. Cause I was thinking one day I woke up and I was like, some of these guys out here, they really talk about like, oh, I got these nice cars, I live in this nice apartment, I do this nice job, I make all this money, I do all this. And it's very modern, their lifestyle, right? Back in the days or the years or generations, nobody was able to do shit like this. It's only this generation that we can do this kind of lifestyle and like put it on the internet, right? I was thinking one day, I was like, super modern in every facet of their life, right? Trying to go for peak efficiency, trying to get the most out of everything, and trying to make deals and do all this shit, right, with their life, right? But once they start talking about a relationship with a woman, they go back to fucking old folklore for traditional. Am I lying? When I hear this shit, it just kind of sounds crazy.
Because you're expecting them to. So when you say old folklore, you're meaning a very, what, traditional marriage where they don't want the girl to work, right? They
Yeah,
don't want her to work.
they don't want her to work. They don't want her they want her to be the person taking care for all the home. They don't really, especially these new modern guys, they don't really value a woman's opinion.
Keep talking. I have to change my headphone, but I can hear you.
That's okay. So like for me, these guys, new modern guys, they talk about how they want a traditional household, but their line of traditionalism is basically I want my woman to cook and clean for me and basically be a maid, but they don't value their opinion. They don't really care for the ladies. They don't really have any basis to stand on. Other and also they some dudes talk about how I can do all of these things, but if she does it, she is the spawn of Satan. And I just find that crazy because like, and this was like my line of thinking to start was how they talk about all this, modern that, but once it gets to relationship, it's traditional. And then I'm like, so why don't you just get rid of your plumbing, right? Like, wow, throw out your phone, get rid of your plumbing, get rid of your high rise, go tend to the land, go kill animals and skin them to eat. Right? They talk about all this traditional and this tradition, and go fish for your food. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of rubs me the wrong way, just a little bit, Chad, just a little bit. I don't know, Jim, but just something about it just is like a little bit. I
And
don't
I think my lamp finally died.
know. Dun dun dun! Damn, that white light was nice too, Jess. But this light's good though.
I know. I didn't charge it. Shit.
This light looks good though. You're fine though.
Look at my hair.
Your hair looks good, girl.
Okay,
Yo,
yeah.
Jess, you
So,
got really good hair. I need you to stop clowning your hair. You got fucking nice hair. It's beautiful hair. All right.
thanks.
You're welcome.
See, you're supportive in that endeavor. But yo, I just want to say this little light that I ordered from I think I ordered from Amazon or maybe TikTok. I don't know.
Is amazing.
I haven't charged it in like 2 months. It lasted a long ass time, but I gotta charge it. Yeah. So you're asking about the guys who are like super modern in all other facets of life, but they can't stand a modern marriage where maybe she's also successful,
Yeah.
maybe she has other things outside of him. So I think those guys, well, they want control.
Hmm.
They want something to dominate. They want one piece of their life where they, you just do what he says and that's it. Because he has to compete outside. He has to do everything outside, try to create that he's this alpha and literally verbalize that out loud. That's what these people do because they're idiots. But they want that type of marriage because if they understood actual history and stuff, they would have a better argument for that, but they don't. But because they are, and we see their degeneracy online when they stream, these are immature boys, and what they really want is a mother. They don't want a wife. They don't want an equal partner. They want someone who will just baby them and take care of them. And then, yeah, someone who will pop out his kids and then just say yes to everything. Like he doesn't want a partner. They don't want people. He can barely be a leader in his own life with other men around. So when he comes home, he just wants something that can just a robot. They're not looking for a real relationship. They're not looking for a real marriage. And the reason why a lot of women and men are not getting married because a lot of women are now saying like, I don't want to marry someone who's an immature asswipe.
And you know what
If
I
if you
find,
behave like you're 17, why would I marry? Why would I be with you? Why would I go out my way to be that type of wife to someone like you?
and you know what I find funny is like people who like speak like this in the real world. First off, nobody talks like this in the real world. I'm gonna just say this. Only on social media you hear this bullshit. If you actually talk to a human being on the street, it's the normalest conversation you've ever heard in your entire life. It literally will refry their brain. Let me tell you. So, but like when they talk like this, hold on, I just lost my point. I lost my point. It's gone.
Oh no.
Keep talking, Jess. Keep talking though. Well, I had it. I had it. But keep
Um,
going. Keep going on what you were going on. Damn, I
yeah, no, a lot of these guys are insecure with themselves. So they can't handle it literally scares them when another person who's not a man, smarter, probably can make more money, probably has goals, probably has able to do it without having to be dependent on a man. Either she probably didn't have a father or maybe she's just able to do it without him. And that scares him. That scares men like that.
also I found my point. a lot of these
Okay.
guys who talk like this have been single for their entire life. Have you seen them with
Yeah, they're
real
incels.
fulfilling relationships with women? Or like women who talk like this in fulfilling relationships with men. You don't see them. You don't see it
Look,
ever.
they don't have good social skills when it comes to women. That's why they've been single all their life. That's why they haven't been able to get laid. That's why they're chronically on discords and chronically on stream talking to other men because they have no skill to talk to women. They don't know how to court a girl who's not desperate, who's not an OnlyFans girl. Think about the girls that are around them. I don't know which influencers you're talking about, but the ones I have in my head, these are not quality women that they're with. And when I mean quality, I don't mean to talk her down, but I mean to say that these girls are fishing you out. They know you're weak. They know you're stupid. They know you want clout. They know you'll spend the money. You're an easy target. You're not getting a woman who's got something going on with her life, who's got standards, who's got self esteem, who's going somewhere. Those women are not going to come around you unless they're going to be your manager and manage your money. So that's another thing. A lot of these guys, they don't want smart females as their partners, but they'll take a manager. They'll take an agent who's a woman. They'll take a banker who's a woman. So it's just that when it comes to his personal life, he doesn't want an equal. He doesn't want someone to be like, hey, you need to be better. Or, hey, no, I like this instead. Or, hey, no, let's do, or just like, they're also afraid of support because then they have to live up to the expectation. So they may get a girl who's like, okay, let's do it your way. And then they still epically fail because that's what happens in a lot of those relationships. You get the girl you think you want, and then you realize, oh no, this is, and then she ends up leaving you, or you end up, it just doesn't work out.
Mhm.
These are the girls that run them for their money. At the end of the day, they hightail and leave.
Yeah.
I forgot. I don't know who it was, but there was this influencer. I've never heard of him before, but another streamer was talking about him, and he's one of these guys. He's a gamer. I think he's a gamer, but he had this fiance, and he found out his fiance was cheating on him with his best friend.
Oh, I go lie. That's crazy.
Yes.
I go lie. That's crazy. Chad, that's crazy.
And do you want to know why she did that? Because you suck.
Really? Was there like
You
a
suck,
tell
and your best
all?
friend did it to you because you suck.
Really?
I'm not saying that it was right for them to do that, but what I'm saying is there's a reason why they did it and why they had no regard for you
Whoa.
because you surround yourself with shitty people.
What?
Your best
That
friend
is
was shit.
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. They damn son, yo. You know how like shitty you gotta be for your own homeboy to be like, yeah, yeah. This guy
Well,
grew
people
up
have
with
been
you.
doing that to each other.
Just grew up with you.
Yeah, but men have been sleeping with their boys' girlfriends
Yeah, that's
forever.
fucked up.
It's not really.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Fuck
but
that friend.
but people who do that,
Awful people.
are not quality people. That's what I'm saying. You think your friends are quality and they're not.
Mm-hmm.
There's other signs that this person ain't shit. And there's probably signs that your girl wasn't shit either. But you just ignored all those.
Ah,
you know?
yeah, it's tough. I mean, when people like it's funny how like when people say the word traditional when it comes to relationships, it can trigger like emotions that like mad people have been like it's right, it's visceral their reaction. Be like, "What did you just say?" Because like now the context surrounding a traditional thing is kind of been skewed in our minds because everybody nowadays is talking like it's like shitty traditionalism. It's like fake. It's like bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, and when they say traditional, it's a very specific type of traditional that people are talking about. That
Mm-hmm.
that that brings out that visceral reaction. Like it's a tradition just to get married. But
Mm-hmm.
what type of marriage are you gonna have?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna have, well, the guy goes to work and she stays at home. But is that agreed upon both of you, or you just want a woman who's just like, "Yo, okay, I'll just do whatever you want, and if that means quit my career, then I'll do it." It's not coming from her.
Mhm.
It's like you just and there's a lot of females who feel the same way. They want a soft life. That's
Period.
code for I don't have to work, But then that means you need to find the person who makes a certain type of money to provide a certain type of lifestyle you're looking for.
Yeah.
So I feel like what people don't realize, like back then, that's how the world was. But this is 2026, and it doesn't need to necessarily be that way now. And with this economy, you can't afford to stay home.
Yeah. You know what's funny? The dogs and cats can't even afford to stay home now. These motherfuckers got to get on the street and on the block and start hustling. Okay, for a few extra
Look,
dollars.
people have made money off of making Instagrams off their pets. So everyone is working.
That's a second job, yo. Second job,
It
bro.
is.
That shit is tired. So after you come home from your 9 to 5, you gotta go to your 5 to 9 with your dog. It's like, all right, I gotta buy him a tutu, and now we gotta set up
Yeah,
the
but a
photo
lot of
shoot.
this is just aesthetic. So you've heard of trad wives.
Yes, I
Have you
have.
heard of that?
Hold
So
on.
these trad
These
wives are
motherfucking trad
these
wives talk about fucking. Oh, I make my own foods from scratch every single day. I.
some women do. But the thing is, the majority of these trad wives accounts, they're not real people,
No, they're
first
not.
of all.
They're not.
And they don't really live this lifestyle off social media.
Hmm.
But they know that this is good content. They're not really like that because they're not being faithful with other traditions.
It's
There
like
was a trad wife account that came out. Come to find out, this lady is not married with 6 kids. She's just someone who lives in someone's basement in Georgia. Yeah. But she had this massive following trying to push out this trad wife narrative.
yo,
And come to find out
honestly,
she's a fake.
yo,
There's other
that's
trad
funny
wives
as
who ended
shit.
up having
I ain't gonna
like
lie, Jess.
affairs with like other people in their marriage. And it's like a lot of it is BS.
I ain't gonna lie,
It's
Jess.
like health influencers.
You gotta fake
Everyone's
you,
selling you a protein shake.
Jess. You have to fake being a trad wife. You have
I have to fake being a trad.
to. Please.
Well, I think you're real stupid if you fell for those type of accounts. These women, because a lot of these accounts they also like dress up like they're in the 50s
But you know
with
what's
their hair
funny,
perfectly.
especially about
And it's like,
those.
but women who are real traditional wives and they're stay-at-home mothers, they came out with their own posts and they're like, "You see, my hair hasn't been done in like a week because I'm taking care of the house. I'm actually doing the life that you claim you're doing, but you're just doing it what in a perfect 50s dress. All your children's toys are perfect laid out. People know in real life that's not the truth. If you are a stay-at-home mom, you're all over the place
Yeah.
unless you have 5 nannies to keep up with you. And in this economy, unless you're a rich bitch, you don't have that.
Nope.
So it's a lot of fakeness. It's a lot of false bullshit.
It's like
So
what do you call
it's
it?
like the guys who fall for the red pill.
Yeah. It's like aspirational content. Like something to like you want to aspire to be this. But
Well, it's all
knowing that
projection.
that thing is not even it's it's like can that be obtained in like the essence of the question? Anything could be obtained, but not fucking really. Uh it's really hard.
It's hard, but first of all, you have to be real if that's what you really want, and then you have to be intentional about how you go out and get it. You
Hmm.
can't ask for a traditional life and both of you combined only bring home 60 grand a year in New York City. That's not going to give you a traditional soft life.
Not even close.
You have to make margin to make sure that, okay, one of you stay home, either if it's the guy or the girl, whoever the income is, it needs to cover both.
And then some.
And then some, because if you have kids, you have to make sure that you have ways to do this, ways to maintain this type of lifestyle. And most people live in an economy where they don't do that. They can't do that.
And even like
So most people work.
in this type of economy, a lot of people still live paycheck to paycheck. A lot.
Well, yeah, well, that's what's wrong.
Even with two people. And like trying to maintain that like standard. It's paycheck to paycheck and they make a lot.
Well, a lot of people, they're paying off student loans,
Hmm.
credit card loans, credit card debt. And then, yeah, their day to day expenses, depending on where you live, everything is more expensive. It's just a bad time to be a person. It's just a bad time to be
You
alive.
know what, Jess? We got to go back to the days of train dreams, and then we gotta cut lumber,
Oh,
cut some wood.
oh
You know what I
God,
mean?
no, that was a miserable life. When you think about it, think it was very simple.
Very
But think about
simple.
how miserable that life is and how bored these people must have been.
Oh my gosh! Like what? Like literally, they had to like. You know how much time they had to think of inventions to like make.
Well, that's why so many things were made back then because people had time on their hands and they had to create things to make life better. So,
Imagine walking
for
two
those who are wondering, we're
hours.
talking about the movie Train Dreams.
Son, imagine going walking 2 hours from your work to your home. You know how much shit you could think of in 2 hours walking? The stories you could have written,
Yeah,
the
I walk
scripts
all the
that could have
time.
been written. I mean,
They
the
were. A lot of
imagination.
people wrote books. A lot of people, yeah. And today we have tons of stuff on our we have tons of time on our hand now because everything has already been made. You don't have to kill your own goat. You don't have to build your own fire. You don't have to go out to the outhouse
You
to
don't
use the
gotta build
plumbing.
your roof. You don't gotta skin
Yeah,
the
no. And
animals.
that's why human beings are really depressed because there's nothing to do anymore. They're not tapped
Mm.
into like innovation and like it's all consumerism. It's all like immediate. So your brain, which is made to build things, is not building anything.
Which, ooh, Jess, we're about a fucking full circle. Which is then they go on social media and then they look up aspirational content of what they could be. And if they just did this, they could get this. But in actuality, they're not even going to come close. Boom. We just fucking went full circle. Train dreams, bro. Like a wheel. Train. Talk about it. Great. Best movie of
Trains
the
aren't.
year. Best movie of the year.
I'm surprised you liked it as much as you. I thought
Are
that you
you,
wouldn't
you
have
really
like.
surprised? Why? Because I'm a child?
Yeah. Yes. Almost yes.
You okay? You were probably thinking this
Because you went
motherfucker's gonna
off.
love Marty Supreme. This motherfucker's gonna love Timothy Chalamet over here.
Well, I knew. Well, you went for all the action movies first.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone, we are watching the Oscar nominees leading up to the Oscars. So we're watching the best pictures. So Lewis has chosen to start with all the action. So you already saw Marty,
Marty
one battle after
One
another,
battle after
Sinners,
another,
F1.
Sinners. What do you call it? Secret Agent. I've pretty much seen everything that has like a bit of excitement. Begonia, like I've seen it.
Yeah. And I'm the opposite. Right, I'm going through all the sap crap first. So Train Dream, Sentimental Val. I did see Sinners, Hamnet, and tonight I'm going to watch, I think, Secret Agent. I'm saving all the actions for last. I think Begonia may be the last movie I watch because I think it may be the best one so far.
You're gonna like it. I'll just say that. You're gonna like it. Gonna like it. It's good. It's good. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. The night of the Oscars, I'm crashing out if my movie doesn't win.
Well, you didn't see all the movies yet, so before you claim
You know,
Train Dreams as your favorite,
it's a
watch all the
five-star movie.
movies.
It's a 5-star movie. It's the best picture of the year. Like this is the thing. This is the thing. When you're a movie connoisseur like I am, you just know.
You're not a movie. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're not a movie connoisseur.
I'm a
Please.
connoisseur of movies. Ask me the greatest trilogy of all time right now. Go.
What's the greatest trilogy?
Cars.
Oh God.
Ka-chow. Nah, it's Batman. Batman trilogy. Batman. Greatest trilogy of all
Batman
time.
is good.
Batman.
That's a good
Greatest
one.
trilogy
I would
of all
say
time.
Lord of the Rings, probably.
That is, you know what's funny? And you're gonna hate me. And as a movie connoisseur, this kind of kills my validity. Uh, never seen Lord of the Rings.
So then I think if you like Train Dreams,
I like
you
Lord
can
of the
like Lord of the
Rings.
Rings.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It is epic. It is beautiful. Beautiful story. A lot is going on. A lot of fantasy. And a lot of like symbolism or like biblical stuff. The author of Lord of the Rings was a big Christian. So Lord of the Rings, he wrote it as like an allegory, like a metaphor for the Bible. So
Mm.
there's a lot of like correlations. But no, I loved Lord of the Rings. I can watch it. It's very long, and now they have the extended versions out, so you do have to dedicate time. Each movie is like almost 3 hours. The third one is like 3.5 hours.
What is this, Bollywood?
A lot is going on in the story.
Jeez.
It's
And
a
there's
very
three of
like
them?
yes, there's action, but it's a like it takes their time. It's almost like it's I don't want to call it like slow TV, but it's very like the movement.
It's methodical.
It's methodical and it's very look. If you think Train Dreams is like cinematography is beautiful, Lord of the Rings, like I said, it's very epic and very fantasy. So it's beautiful imagery, beautiful.
Chat. If Train
And then I
Dream.
watched the Hobbit franchise. It's a good. It's I'm a Lord of the Rings person for
Okay.
sure.
Look, I'll make a deal with you. Okay. If Train Dreams wins the Oscar, I'll watch Lord of the Rings. We have a deal.
That's so stupid. No, it's going to be on our movie list for the movie club. We're going to watch Lord of the
You
Rings.
know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll wake up, all of us, 7 a.m. We'll go immediately to a diner. We'll eat breakfast, get coffee. Right, we'll have a great time. 9:30 comes around, the first movie starts. Boom, 3 hours. Now it's 12:30. Take a 30-minute break. 1 o'clock comes. Next movie. Now it's 4 o'clock. Take an hour break in between that. 4 to 5, get some dinner. Right? Now it's maybe 5:30.
I would
The
say
third
that's a
movie
lot in
starts.
one day. We don't have to do. My idea wasn't to have all three in one day because I feel like unless you love Lord of the Rings, I don't know if I would put people because it's long.
Yo, but wouldn't that be fun though? Ain't that fun?
If you, I could do that. Me and Daniel could do that because we love Lord of the Rings.
Yo, as a
I don't
movie
know if you can do
connoisseur,
that yet.
yo, I'm a movie connoisseur. Like, y'all gotta
You're not
stop
a movie
playing with me, yo.
connoisseur.
Y'all gotta stop
Stop
playing with
it.
my fucking validity,
Um,
bro.
Hey, what we could, my suggestion was that we break them up. We'll do a day where we'll do the first Lord of the Rings. We'll do a day where we'll do the second Lord of the Rings. If you like the first Lord of the Rings enough, we can probably watch the second and the third one back to back.
Hmm.
You can start at 12. It'll end like around 3 or 4. We can have dinner and then we can finish off with Return of the King. I'm excited. Frodo Baggins. You know what,
Ain't
Daniel?
that just Patrick Mahomes?
I
You'll be
don't.
like, oh, that's Pat.
Yes,
That's
yes,
Pat right
that
there.
is Patrick
That's
Mahomes.
that's
Patrick
my
Mahomes looks
biracial
just like
brother right
Frodo
there. That's
Baggins.
my biracial brother right there.
He looks just like Frodo Baggins.
He really does. That's the funny part. Like when I looked them up, I was like, damn, why
He
did you
saved
see
the
us?
NFL from Tom Brady. So
Chat.
I feel like, this is Frodo Baggins. He killed Sauron. He went to the Lord. He destroyed the ring in the fires of Mordor. Wait till you meet Gollum. Gollum.
Gollum?
Gollum.
Gollum. What is he, like big? He sounds big.
Oh my God. I can't believe you said that. If Daniel was here, he would crack up. You just wait and see. Wait till you meet Gollum.
Okay. He sounds like a.
Precious, my
Oh
precious.
no! Oh, he's the ugly one. Oh, he's ugly. Isn't he? He's real ugly. Oh no! I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's such a good story.
You know.
And now the Hobbits were good too. See, I read The Hobbit when I was in 8th grade, so I was already familiar, but I never read the actual Lord of the Ring books. I've just been the movie person.
Yo, if the fucking what do you call it? The movies are long. How long are the books?
Well, the movies are long because the books are thick. They're thick books. They're thick stories.
How many pages? Like
A lot. It's a
500?
big world. It's
500?
There are probably more pages than that, or maybe around 500. It's a lot of story. It's a lot of world building. It's a lot. It's like Dune. Well, not as big as Dune, but
You
you
know what's
know.
funny? Never seen Dune. You know what? Don't care to see it. As a movie connoisseur,
What?
Dune just doesn't intrigue me. Just not. Doesn't get me going.
I saw the movies with Timothy Chalamet.
Morty Supreme.
He does well, but it's not one of my favorites. I'm sure the Dune fanatics loved it, but I personally, the second one was much better than the first one, 1000%.
Real? Oh, that's rare.
But
That you hear that about a movie.
well, I felt like a lot more was if a lot more because they had two Dune out, right? They didn't release the third one yet.
Yeah.
Wait, let me double check because I don't
It
know.
was the first
Me
Dune and
and
then Dune 2. I remember seeing Dune 2 somewhere in like
yeah, no,
the thing.
it's a beautiful. It's like shot very well. Oh yeah, so the part three comes out sometime this year. A lot of cinematography. It's not one of my favorites, but I see why it's loved amongst some of the fandom for Dune.
Hmm. Well, there you go. I like it. I like it. I like it. Now, Jess, are you gonna like that? We're gonna get hit with like 8 inches of snow again, or are you like
No, because
very
I don't
happy
know.
or sad?
I don't know how it's because we just got over our snow finally just melted.
Yeah, it
We
did.
finally got rid of the snow that came at the end of January. The whole month of February, we had to deal with this nasty ass snow. I'm not looking forward to it because I don't know how the city's gonna respond. The city totally took a shit on this snowstorm. Like this was a bad fail on Zoran's part. It really was. I get it. The weather wasn't on his side
Period.
because the snow couldn't melt, but I feel like they need to do better. They need to do better strategy for the garbage pickup, and maybe they need to hire more fucking people for the sanitation to do the roads and to do the salt. And no, I'm not looking forward to it because the last snowstorm was shit, and the city did not take care of it. It was even still shit in the city. That's how I know it was bad. In the city, the snow was still there. Garbage was still there. It's not. It just wasn't in the boroughs. So I'm not looking forward to it. I don't
But
know what Zoran's gonna do.
but Jess,
This is no hate against Zoran, but it is a critique.
snow angels.
No, in New York,
Come on, snow angels.
unless you're in Central Park.
Snow angels. Get on the fucking ground and go like this in the snow. That's what you do. Go like that.
No, all this dog shit that's out here, and that's another thing. Everyone stopped picking up after their dogs. They're like, it's in the snow. Just go in the snow. You are still required to clean up after your dog.
Yeah, they're horrible people. I don't
So
know what
dog
they're doing.
owners, you people are you are turning into the worst group of people on the planet. New York dog owners.
Let's talk about it.
I'm I'm tired of seeing dog owners with your stupid ass fucking strollers. Your dog is a dog. It belongs on the ground.
How do you
Unless
how
the
do you
dog
feel
has
about
health
those
issues,
boots? How do you feel about the boots that they be wearing? Them
it's
dogs.
stupid. If you don't want your dog tracking dirt, New York City dirt in your apartment, that's a sign that you probably shouldn't have a dog. Dogs are not meant to replicate humans. They're not your fucking baby. And I've had dogs in my family that I did consider my baby, but it was still a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs don't belong in carriages, they don't belong in strollers. They belong walking. They're animals, they're creatures. You need to reconcile your desire for a child, because that's what this comes down to. A lot of people are having dogs to avoid making kids, either because they can't afford to have the kids or they're just too afraid to truly commit themselves to a real commitment like a child. So you get a temporary commitment. A dog that doesn't require half the attention as a child does. You can still dress it up, still put it in a stroller, and then you go. Some people are getting pets because they know they can't afford kids. They don't have a partner, but they want to take care of something. It's the nurturing instinct that you're trying to, like, you're trying to scratch that itch.
Yeah.
But
And
I
you know
think
what?
it's wrong. I think it's borderline dog abuse. Like, you can't treat your dog like that. That's stupid.
You know,
That is stupid.
you know what else I find about not the dogs but the dog owners? They seem so fucking pissy all the time. Is that just me? Most dog owners, when you look at them and you see them walking their dog, they just look pissed that they're walking their dog. Why the fuck do you have this dog anyway? if you're gonna be pissed
Well, some
about
of
it
these
all the
people are
time.
some of these people are the dog walkers. They're not the dog owners. Some people are just the dog
Let me
walkers.
tell you, I seen a
The
lot
dog
of
owners
owners
because
with
they're
their dogs
stressed.
walking. They're fucking pulling the dog away from sniffing. Let the fucking dog sniff, bro. What's a 30 seconds of sniffing gonna do for you, bro? I'm tired of this shit. I just saw that shit today. I saw a guy pulling his fucking dog away
Well,
from a pole. Let the dog sniff the pole, bro.
well, the thing is, your dog will sniff every pole that's there. So, how long do you want your walk to be? Now, there's some where I understand the behavior because, like I said, I've had a dog before. My sister, we had dogs. So, your dog will put you on an hour walk if you let it.
That's right. Yeah.
And if unless you have an hour, you can't let your dog smell everything. Let's go. Like
Nah. But you know what?
a lot of it depends on time, but I do think that you should allow your dog to be a dog and pick up the scent, pick up the smell. It's part of his social, it's part of his health. That's how they get to familiarize themselves with their surroundings in the world. But no, you can't let your dog smell everything because you will never get back home.
But you know what I'd say? You know what I say to that? Walk your dog with more fucking time then, bitch.
Well, this
if you
goes
only
back
walking your
to
dog, you got 5 minutes. You're a terrible owner, shitty time management skills, shitty.
well, it goes to people who their lifestyle. Do you have enough time to give your dog multiple walks a day or one long walk? If you kind of don't have that, dog, see, that's the difference. Dogs, they require and they deserve as much time as you can give them. A lot of people don't do that. They're at work all day, dog's at home waiting for them to come home, and then they get like a 10-minute walk. I mean, like I said, it's really a selfish thing. A lot of dog owners don't they don't want to admit that maybe you don't have a life conducive enough to for a dog.
Oh no.
Then there are dog owners who are excellent dog owners. They make sure their dog has 2 walks or 3 walks a day. Take them to the park, get them socialized, make them socialized so that they can approach people with the dog and that the dog is friendly. And then yeah, there's just shitty dog owners where you're not doing the best towards your dog. It's all about just making your life convenient. This is all about you. It's not about the dog. And yeah, those are the shitty dog. Those are the dog owners who don't want to pick up after their dog. You're just okay with your dog leaving a mess. That's that entitlement bullshit. Get a fucking plastic bag and pick up your dog shit.
Yeah.
Take care. This maybe you like if you have kids, would you let your kids shit all over the sidewalk? Would you let your kids shit all over your park? Like, come on.
No, you pick it up like a responsible
No,
human
dog
being.
owners are terrible in New York City. 100%, hands down, they're terrible. Get your dog out the stroller, please.
That's right. Also, why do you have a husky in a fucking 500 square foot apartment? You fucking animal abuser. I'm gonna keep
Well,
this up. That's animal abuse.
that's
That's crazy.
another
That's crazy.
that's another gripe I have because I get it. Some people want the big dogs, and I would want a big dog, but certain dogs need space. If you want a healthy dog, certain dogs do not belong in, like you said, a 400 square foot apartment, a studio apartment. That is not right.
No.
That is not a perfect dog for New York City apartments. Is the dog that we had. She was a Yorkie Chihuahua. She weighed like 10 pounds soaking wet. She had the whole, plenty of room for her. She wasn't suffocated. She could go places. Everything wasn't so tight around her. But if you have these big ass dogs, the Huskies, German Shepherd, like just dog, especially dogs with like loads and loads, the Mastiffs and these sled dogs that are better in colder climates. Yeah, if you don't have a spacious apartment, you're kind of being an asshole to the dog. These are the dogs, and these type of dogs require a lot of time outside. I have a small apartment, so I have to make sure my dog is outside as much as possible. I'll do the hour walk. I'll take them to the dog park for an hour. I'll make sure that they get the movement, that they get space, that they get, I mean, but people have their own reasons. But I would never do that. I would never get a big dog for a New York City apartment. If you have a house with a backyard, that could be the exception. A front yard. If you don't have nothing, why do you have a 100-pound dog in a studio?
Yeah, they're bugging. They're bugging. Tweaking. Even. They're tweaking. Like
It's really weird.
we owe it to dogs and horses to give them good lives. because dogs were loyal to us when nobody else would. And then you also had horses who would literally, we would fight with them to wars on fucking horse and fucking stick and sword. We would have the
Well,
ride with them into battle.
look,
Like,
horses have been the mode of transportation before we created the engine, before we created the wheels. I mean, the cars and shit.
we're
So,
in debt to the horses,
and
bro.
trains. We are. But human beings are shit.
I would love to have a horse.
That's why our earth is betraying us,
Oh.
because we ain't shit.
Yo, can I have a donkey? I'd love a donkey.
For what?
Just why not? I'll take care of it. Put it out in upstate.
Donkeys are not friendly animals.
Well, my donkey will be, motherfucker. What the fuck you think this is? Like, I'm gonna raise it from birth, bro. The fuck? Like, it's gonna love me.
I don't know what you want a donkey, unless you have a fucking farm
Yo, why not though? That's
where you're
fire.
cultivating the land. You don't need a donkey.
Yo, it's fire though. It's nice. It's a companion.
No.
Or I'm gonna end up like fucking. You see in Train Dreams, this motherfucker had dogs at some point.
And then the dogs disappeared. Well, they died eventually.
They died,
But
bro.
yeah, these dogs came from nowhere.
Donkey could live mad long, bro. I have my fucking friend, yo. I'm saying,
Get a dog, please.
Get a dog.
Get a dog. Because donkeys are not domesticated. I mean, those are not the type of animals you domesticate. Those are the type of animals that you put to work.
Beanish called me. She says, "You are a donkey. You're the Shrek to my donkey." Thank you. I appreciate it. But no, having a donkey's fire. Like back when my grandma, she had in Puerto Rico, she had farm animals. She had horses, bro. That's tough, bro. Yo, it's in my DNA to have farm animals. I'd actually love to have a horse. Run around with it. Fucking
Yeah, you know how much a horse is?
My motherfucker, that motherfucker would be
when you
beautiful.
start making money off this podcast,
All the
you can
money's
buy
going
yourself
to a
It's like
horse.
$25,000, but you can get one.
We're gonna have the horse, and it's gonna be called the Get Back.
If you have so if you're gonna buy a horse, you need to have land. You need to buy a farmhouse.
Okay. Yeah. All the
Where you
money
can
from
have
this
some
is going straight
stalls.
to the farmhouse and to horses and cattle.
Cattle? What the fuck do you need cattle for?
Why not,
No.
bro? Yo, am I too engulfed in Train Dreams? Can a brother dream?
Cattle? You only keep cattle unless
you
you're
cleaning up
trying
its shit. Of
to
course I
sell
clean up my
cattle.
horse's shit. It's my horse, bro. I'm taking care of it, bro. I'm gonna give it a bath too. Comb its hair.
Yo,
comb its
horses are
mane,
look.
bro.
They are not easy to maintain. There's a lot you have to do for horses.
Where like if it twists
not
its
like
ankle,
taking
it's
care of a
basically
dog.
like useless.
But they're massive animals, so you got to have water. You got to have the hay, the space, and you have to train your horse. Horses are
They're wild.
they get broken in,
Yeah.
so you have to have a trainer, which is probably just as much or more expensive than the horse.
Yo, let a brother dream, bro.
No, dream. I hope one day you get it.
Yo,
I
I'm
hope
a-
one
yo.
day we're having this podcast next to your horse.
Yo, that'd be tough. What would we name it?
It's your horse. You can name it anything.
No. It's our horse. It's the Get Back Farm. Okay? So it's gonna be it's gonna be chickens. It's gonna be horses. There's going to be a donkey. One donkey. That's my donkey. I have sole responsibility over that. Everybody else can have responsibility over whatever else they want. As long as I have full ownership of my donkey, I'm okay. And then I'm gonna sing the song Mi Burrito Sabanero. Basically, it's a Christmas song talking about how you ride the donkey on the way to Bethlehem to see Jesus' birth. So I'm gonna sing that song every Christmas. Or I'm gonna dress up like one of the three kings, and we're gonna fucking be with the donkey. It's gonna be great. Why am I coming
you're
into
so
Lewis
stupid.
wanting a horse? Daniel, this is a dream.
He wants a horse,
wanna try-
Daniel, and if you can have a horse for the farm, then we need to have sheep.
Do we?
I want sheep.
Do we? You want
Yes.
you want some
Because we
sheep?
can have our own wool. And then I can get it sewn, and we can have sweaters made.
Oh, we're really getting into this train dream now. Oh yeah. Let's build a cabin too.
Even though
Yo,
none of this is part of train dreams, people, they're not gonna see a
yo,
fucking
can
cattle.
we till the land, bro? Can we till the land too? Let's till the
No,
land.
you don't.
I've played Minecraft, so I know about farming. I know about infinite water sources. I know about. So we're getting a
Look, that's
farm
if
now.
we look.
Yes, we
Look,
are,
by the
Daniel.
time
We're
you
getting a
can afford
farm.
a farm, by the time you can afford a farm, there probably won't be any land left, or trees, or water, because all the data centers are coming.
AI. Oh
So
God. How do you feel? How do we truly feel about ChatGPT now? It's been out for so fucking long. To be honest, yeah, I don't use it really.
okay, so I have a love hate relationship with Chat GPT because there are times I've used it.
Yeah.
I've never used it every day, multiple times a day, but there have been times I used it as a source. It's very quick, it's very easy. It could be really addictive. It talks to you like a person. It is helpful. It can be that way. But the truth is it worth, are the means worth the end? Like, is it worth the fact that we're destroying our that we're escalating the destruction of the environment to have data centers? We're gutting the forest and the woods for it, and it's becoming a problem for people who live in these areas. Now, the current administration made it possible to have these data centers just flourish everywhere. They got rid of some laws, cut through some laws, made new laws to make it possible for these companies to just slice and dice our environment to build up these fucking AI centers. And I keep hearing the AI bubbles coming and it's going to pop and people are going to. And I'm like, what's the last technology we dropped that made life better for us? We don't drop technology, we don't stop.
The last one that's
So,
made us the printer.
so I feel like the printer, people
That was
still
the
use
last
printers
one.
though.
That was the last one I could feel.
But I think the only way we can slow it down is if Congress steps in, states step in and say, no, you can't build anymore. But also if consumers say, no, we're just not going to use AI. But now AI is built into all platforms, apps, games have AI, everything has AI. So it's like you as consumers, you have to make the choice. You have to speak out. You have to contact the companies that have the AI that you're using and say, hey, I don't appreciate the AI use. I don't want to use it. Please offer me a product that doesn't. Because the only way people are going to stop is if they don't make any money from it. So if you keep using services that utilize AI, it's not going to stop
Mhm.
unless you contact your local representatives and demand that they put a stop to it or regulate it better. It's not going to stop. A lot of power is in the consumers. Consumers are not conscious. They just go with the flow. And that's how you get things like this.
Yeah. Bina says I use it to apply to jobs. True. A lot of people do it to apply for jobs. And Daniel says, the printer is like 100 years old. Yeah. But the more modern
Well,
printers.
the printer has evolved
More
over the
modern
last
ones.
100 years. Yes, the printing machine and all that shit.
That
But
asks what happened to a regular FAQ chat. Saying the only way I see AI being good is it using like a calculator, and that's it. Using it like a calculator.
well, AI is supposed to be used. It should be used as a tool, as something to help. But people have just leaned on it to do everything now. So, I mean, it's all going to come down to consumers demanding regulation, consumers using less of it. Don't go to ChatGPT. Don't use, when you Google things, at least when Google, it gives you an option to use the AI. Or you could just wait for the Google to give you to search the answer for you. You have to be conscious on using it. If you're not going to be conscious, you really can't complain about it. Unless you're going to go out your way to make sure you're not going to use it, you don't know what you're fucking fighting for. You're just, so I mean, it's a love hate thing because it's helpful, but it's hurtful.
Whenever I see AI art, that pisses me off. That shit pisses me off. That shit pisses me off.
Well, AI art, listen, when humans make evolve, that means how we do things evolve. There was a time we didn't have a camera. But now camera is considered art. Before we had paint, and then we invented paint. That became art. And
Hmm.
now we have technology. So you can use technology to create art. But what makes it dangerous is AI art sucks when no one is running it. And that's the problem with AI art, is that a machine is creating the art and not an actual artist using the AI machine. Because there are people who make digital art. They use technology to make art. AI is just a machine doing it for you. It's coming up with the images. It's coming up, and you can feed it images to enhance. You can feed it images to make a scene look like this. That, I guess, may be an exception.
You
But
know
yeah,
what's
some people
funny
are just
about
like,
those things when AI creating images and things that like you would use, like they technically have copyright over it.
so that's the other downside of using AI.
Technically,
A lot of
if they
people
wanted
don't
to sue you for
realize.
that shit, oh, it's theirs.
Look, there are companies and there are companies and organizations that don't allow employees to use AI or ChatGPT because whatever's in there, and that's what the terms and agreement means. No one reads these things, but what you're basically signing over is intellectual property. So if you use AI to create a business plan, say ChatGPT, say your business blows up, and you let it out the bag that yeah, of course, and I use ChatGPT to help me. So ChatGPT can say, actually, we made that. We used our machine to create this formula. When people want to use ChatGPT to write a script or a story, that's not yours. By law, that's ChatGPT's now.
Hmm.
So a lot of people don't realize you are giving over intellectual property to these platforms. It's not yours anymore. And you don't find that out until they're fighting you in court for the profit.
Oh yeah. And speaking of court, anything else you want to say about AI before I fucking pivot to something? Anything else?
No,
No.
I don't. We're at a loss for AI. I don't know.
Uh, so speaking of AI, Trump, not AI, but speaking of the courts, Donald Trump, Epstein list Trump, the guy who was on Epstein Island a lot, Trump. We're not gonna forget it. Okay, thank you very
No,
much.
we're not going to forget it.
He
His current cabinet members, Epstein clients on the island, hung out with
he
him, emailed
uh
him
yep,
constantly.
yep, did it. Yep. Was there a lot. Bill Clinton, ring a bell? Chat?
They were all there a
They
lot.
were all there.
Please, Elon Musk begging for an invite.
What a fucking dork.
What a loser.
Fucking loser. Trump imposes a 10% global tariff after Supreme Court rules against it. So I was like, wait a second. So the Supreme Court ruled against it and he did it anyway?
Because there's still sections of the Constitution. So the thing is, a tariff is a tax. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Americans don't realize you're paying the tax, not the foreign nation. That's where you get tripped up. The money comes back to the like we're the ones paying for it. But you're too fucking stupid to realize that. But anyway, tariffs are a tax. And the point of our constitution and our democracy is no taxation without representation. Taxes need to be voted on by Congress. You just can't come up with a tax. That needs to be approved. So he did all these tariffs through executive order. He didn't really do this through Congress because Congress would most likely vote no because no, they don't want to tell their constituents you're about to pay more in taxes. So he's been doing all this through executive order. Tariffs on this country, tariffs on that, tariff. But there's no proof that this money's coming back to us. There's no massive hiring for all these investments and all this manufacturing that was supposedly supposed to come when he started charging people all this bullshit. So none of that has actually happened yet. So the Supreme Court ruled that under this certain clause, this IEPP, whatever, I don't know the acronym, he cannot raise taxes without congressional approval. So he used another section of the Constitution that does allow him or makes way for him to be able to create a tariff, like a general tariff overall. And that's what that 10% global tariff is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he can try and push it through, whatever. And now it's just Now it's just the fallout. We just see how that works. If other countries start raising their own tariffs on us, or if the American citizens can finally get a fucking brain and are like, wait, I'm tired of paying higher taxes for everything. He already put out businesses that voted for him. These small people, small farms, small manufacturing companies. You want to be up Trump's ass so bad. Now you're fucking closing shop because you can't afford the tariffs.
Mhm.
Tariffs are taxes on us, not on someone else.
Yeah, and it says that there's tariff refunds. So that's what Daniel was talking about in the chat. The administration may have to refund more than 100 billion in tariff revenue to thousands of American importers. And also, Trump called the people who voted against his tariff law to begin with, the 6 judges, he called them fools and lapdogs.
Well, it's your
That
Supreme Court.
that's crazy.
You put most of the Supreme Court are your picks. So that's another thing. So Trump is mad that people he's been pick. He doesn't realize that the people you've been picking, some of these people are not loyalists. Some of these people actually care about their job and their career and the law. So they're not going to agree with you on everything, especially when it comes to money. So there was like two of his own justices that went against it. So yeah, now he's bitching and complaining. But guess what? You can't remove them. These are lifetime appointees. This is one person you can't fire. You can't tell them to step down or resign. Like it takes an act of Congress to be like, okay, you got to go. So there's the governor of Illinois. He sent Trump an invoice. You owe each family in my state $1,700 because that's how much their taxes were raised because of you. And now the Supreme Court says those were illegal. But this is Trump. He's a crook. He's a con artist. He's not going to refund anyone any money. Same way he's not paying the ICE agents.
Yo, he has all this money for to renovate a ballroom, but not pay
Well,
hardworking
he just
Americans.
created a slush fund, a $10 billion slush fund,
Slush.
and he's calling it the Board of Peace, which is illegal. He created a slush fund. That's basically what it is, but it's dressed up as this fund to create like diplomacy amongst nations and put money in. So he's taking taxpayer dollar and just putting it into this fund, putting it into this Board of Peace. The other countries have already declined to join. Vatican declined to join. People are saying, no, we're not joining this stupid ass Board of Peace because you just want money. You have no specifics on where this money is going. You just want to collect billions of dollars from people. Now you are so brazen that you're gonna openly state you're gonna steal $10 billion of American taxpayer funds, and now you want other countries to just give you money. No, he's terrible. He needs to resign and be removed. He's the worst. He's an abomination to this country. He is pathetic. He makes me vomit. He makes my stomach turn. He is soulless. He is evil. Pedophile protector. He is terrible.
And Daniel says in chat, it sucks because it's really the small businesses that get screwed, which is the bedrock of our country. And it's pretty sad to see our president kick and screaming like a little child who didn't get to go to McDonald's. Makes us look weak as a nation. Period.
Yeah, most nations don't look at America and say, "Oh, we're scared." They look at America like, "Yo, they have a psychopath at the helm." They look at us and like, "Yo, they elected this fool,
Yeah.
this psychopath."
Like
'Cause that's kind of what he is. He's a narcissist who shits on himself, by the way.
adult diapers going up
They've
in
never
stock.
come out and denied that.
Going up in stock. Adult diapers, chat. Buy it. Just saying, chat. Just saying. Shit running down
You
his
know,
leg.
it's
It's hard. Where the shit come from? Well, I don't know. We know. His butthole.
you know, pre- people again all over the world. People are being held quote unquote accountable. There, people are stepping down. A prince got arrested.
Accountable.
Like
Sure.
we're about to go to war to Iran to distract people from the fact that the world leaders are pedophiles. So we're gonna bomb Iran.
It's all a distraction. It's all a distraction.
It is all a distraction. These people will do anything to keep raping kids and eating babies.
We just need to go back to train dreams, bro. We just need to go back to train
A
dreams,
much
bro.
simpler time. No, Lewis, we were not allowed in the train dreams.
Yo, that's
That type
right,
of time
bro.
was not made
Yo,
for
they
people like
literally
you and
like
I.
killed like.
Daniel can live in train dreams.
Well, he's Italian. I don't know. They might look at him crazy.
He's passing. He's got white skin. He would make it.
Okay.
You, me, and Beanish will be thrown
But I
overboard
but
like
I
that
feel
guy
like
was.
if he was ever to put the flag outside of his home, they'd like get on his ass for it though. But he'll hide it though.
Well, he
He'll
would
hide
never.
his Italianness. Hide it.
Well, yeah, but it's not made for people like us. Train dreams. We couldn't live in that time.
Like literally, they took an Asian man working, and like they just threw him off the bridge.
Yeah, that's how messed up it was, and that's how they used to do it. That's how. That was before, law enforcement was the way. I mean, it was legal for them to do that actually. So that's why they did it. That was law enforcement that did that. These weren't just two random men that came in the campment. They didn't identify themselves as police or some shit like that. Like these people were hired to do that.
Also, there was the one guy who just came up, rolled in onto the situation, was like, "Is your name this?" And then he's like, "Is your name this from this town?" Some guy gets up to run away. He just pulls out his gun and shoots him, and is
Oh
like,
yeah,
"All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
guys, that guy killed my brother. So, if you guys have any issues with whatever I just did, if you guys want, we could duke it out right here, and I'm okay to do that."
But that's how life was back then. You could do that.
Dude, that's crazy. Let's think about
It
that.
was still illegal, but
That's
who was
wild.
gonna enforce the law?
Nobody. I ain't no snitch.
And look, this guy ran, so clearly he was guilty. He tried to come up that he was in love with the Bible, reading all these scriptures, right? And then look, he ended up being a murderer.
I don't know, Jim. Just simpler time. Travel 3 hours to get to home. You know, have our wife get a little mad at us because she wants us to work closer to home. But she wasn't even mad. She was just like, "How about we do this so you could be closer?" Nah, that. That's a good woman right there. She was like, "I love that you support us."
Yeah, but he was gone for weeks and months on an end.
Yeah, he was,
And it would take him weeks to walk back.
and he was missing his daughter grow up. Like that hits heavy. It's like, damn, like you're missing this.
That's where a lot of his pain came from in the movie was that, he was away from his family a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing he wasn't there in their most crucial time. That forest fire happens right as you get home. And clearly they died in the fire somewhere.
Yeah. It was so sad
That's how people died all the time back then.
when he was like when that one girl came in and he like took care of her and then she like dipped out through the window and never saw her again.
Well, so that's the thing. People don't know if that was just in his mind
Yeah,
or was that real.
I thought that was just in his mind and he was just seeing that and then like he just left the window open. Like he just
Well, I think I think it's based on a book, and I have to find
oh
out. I
really?
have to read. If it's
Yo,
based on a book, I got to read because I'm sure
most
the book
good
elaborates.
if that shit is a book and it's good, that movie's gonna slap. Shows that were books slap, all of them slap.
Well, let me double check to make sure if
Bec-
this was a book
because
first.
cause the authors that
Yeah, it's a book.
the descriptiveness you have to put into a book to describe a scene and story build, it's awesome. I have to go back to work. I probably won't be in chat for the rest of the night. Have a great stream. I'll see you guys Sunday. And by the way, fuck the snow. Fuck that snow. See you Sunday, D. Love you, man.
It was a book first.
Yo, a lot of good shows in television and movies, they were books.
Well, yeah. If you can't find someone to write an original story, or if you want to make something and not make an original story, you would just adapt a book or a poem.
Yeah. Like, is that like the highest honor that an author could have? Like, somebody was like, yo, your book is so amazing. I want to try to put it into a film.
Well, for commercial success, yes. For commercial, but for like literary success, maybe the highest honor would be like a Pulitzer Prize,
Mm-hmm.
or like it being like inducted into like one of America's national treasures, where there's books that are literally like given that type of title. It's so important to American history that this book has this label now. So yeah, I mean, you just have to have a good agent to make sure you make good money off of that IP if you sell it.
Mm-hmm. Especially like if you wrote the book that got a Grammy nominee, you're not a Grammy, an Oscar, excuse me.
An Oscar,
You're
yeah.
a Oscar nominated author.
Yeah,
That's
technically.
fire,
So
man.
there's a category for that.
Really?
There's best original screenplay where people just write original stories, and then there's best adapted screenplay, meaning these
Oh.
screenplays were adapted from a previous work, from a book or
Wow.
a poem or something like that, and they made a movie out of it. So we'll see. We have to find out which scripts were best adapted. Let's see.
Pull it up, chat. Pull it up. I'm gonna end in about a couple minutes, maybe 5 more minutes, so you can get to watching your next film. So probably end in like 5 minutes or so.
2026 adapted screenplay. One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Begonia, Train Dreams, and Frankenstein.
Wow, all the movies that we seen. So we could kind of. Oh yeah, I think Train Dreams or Begonia should win that. Respectfully, out of the movies that I've
I
seen.
think it may win for best adapted screenplay. Or I wouldn't mind it if Hamnet won. Hamnet's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
The more I think of it, the more I'm like,
I gotta watch
that was
Hamnet
another
now.
movie where I was like, I don't know if I like this. Like, okay, it's totally different from Train Dreams. Like, there's no like action, but it's dialogue throughout the whole thing. A lot of strong storytelling, no gap. Like, it's very it moves along and it's very actor led.
Is
The
it like
main actress,
it's kind of like
I think
theater,
she should win.
right? Like in theater, there's
Yeah.
like parts. It's very rare you see like long gaps in like a theater play.
Yeah, no, it's very it's great. It's a but by the end of it, but the beginning I was like, okay, this seems alright. And then the middle I was like, this is just like, do I like I think I like it. The ending I was like, that's a beautiful. This was a story about grief, and it's based on William Shakespeare. One of his children died in the plague. And when he wrote the play Hamlet, it was basically it was his way of, I don't want to spoil it, but it was in memoriam to his son.
Oh.
But it's a lot of emotion, grief, you know, a lot of family, husband wife dynamics, social dynamic. It's a I see why it was nominated.
Yeah.
Shout out to the cast. Great acting on behalf of the cast.
Yeah. Also, I cried in Train Dreams, so if you're talking
Oh
about
wow.
Hamnet, as I didn't cry, but I teared. I teared up, which is crying.
I teared too. I
We,
was like, "Oh, this is beautiful."
it's fine.
But Hamnet will make you emotional too.
I'll probably get emotional with Hamnet too. Like if you get emotional during a movie and it brings out that reaction out of you, it has to be better than like movies that did it or like shows that did
Well,
it.
that's why they get nominated. You get the movies like Sinners, One Battle After Another, where there's a lot of action, a lot of story. Like there's a plot, there's a mission. And it doesn't make you think about life, but
Mm-hmm.
it gets your attention. It's a great story, great theatrics. Everything fits. The music, the wardrobe, the aesthetics. And then there are movies that it's like, wow, you think about life. It makes you be like, it sticks with you.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you be like, oh my God. Like, that's what Train Gyms did to me. I was like, wow. It touched on something that every human kind of worries about. Like, how does it end? Are you with people or are you by yourself? And how do you feel towards the end of your life? For most of his life, he was kind of on his own. He had a small glimmer of happiness and joy, and then he spent the rest of his life, in solitude.
And like
However, he was able to find closure. He was able to smile, towards the end.
when you think about it, like his life before he met his wife had no direction, and then he had a really good sense of direction when his wife was there. He had a daughter, right? He had so much direction, and then immediately once they're gone, his direction just becomes nothing again. Like his driving force for trying to become the man that she wanted him to be was because of her. And then once it's gone,
Yeah.
it's like, well, what do I do now? I guess I just live with this
But
dog
you know,
now.
it wasn't even like he didn't really treat it as, well, what do I do now? Because he just went back to how he was before, just day to day.
Mm-hmm.
This is life. Go to work, you know, talk to a few people in town, and live a quiet life, you know. And then, he sees times are changing. Society's becoming more industrious. We're going to the moon. You find like whoever's watching, we spoiled a lot of the movie, but
Yeah.
it ties up nicely
And
in the end.
when I saw that he kind of felt out of his element a little bit when he tried to pick up the chainsaw, it was very like subtle. It's like if you just like watching it, it's like, oh, this old fuck don't know how to use a chainsaw. Oh, that sucks. But like the world is passing him by as he's getting older. Like he can't do the shit that he
Well,
used to.
yeah,
That's kind of the
it's
metaphor for the chainsaw.
yeah, it's changing. He's in the middle of society going into a new stage
Mm-hmm.
of innovation, technology. This newest. He's used to hacking and whacking the branches because he's a logger, and now here's this chainsaw. And then yeah, he had to. It's coming to terms with the fact that you're older. This is a young man. You have to acknowledge that you're on something different now, and that you have to be okay with. I don't want to keep up with this. So it was a choice he actually made. That I'm not. I don't want to do this. It's okay that I've passed my ability to try to adapt to change to
Yeah.
technology or whatever's changing. The world is changing, but I'm not going to change with it.
Which
I'm just going to.
is like funny because like he felt like he didn't have direction, but he did in a weird way, right? Where he took that and he was like, I don't have to do this anymore. Or I'm not physically able to do this, so I'm not going to do this. He could have ran himself into the ground and died from a falling tree. But he said, fuck it. You
Like
know
his
what?
friend.
I'm going to take, yep, like his friend.
Like his friend.
And he was like,
And he
no.
decided, I don't want to go out like that.
He was like, no. So he technically did take some ownership and really took a step into a direction when you think about it.
Oh
Yo,
yeah.
this is a beautiful fucking film, bro. And it's so like,
It touches on every aspect of humanity when you think about it.
you know what it is? Simple is not as good of a, what do you call it? Like a noun that we can call
Like
it.
a term.
Like a term. It's eloquent. It's like beautiful. It's like poetic. It's not simple. This shit is
Well, that's well,
poetic.
that's well, that's well, that's exactly how it's described. It's a poetic piece of art.
Yeah.
It's more, you know, it's told through the images. It's told through very minute. Like I said, the dialogue was minimal. There
Yep.
was not a lot of talking in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
There was not a lot of deep conversations. There were just like conversations that were like, oh, simple. But sometimes simple is eloquent. It is beautiful. It is heart touching. It doesn't need to be like this profound moment. He had profound moments, but the gray areas is what, connected everything.
Yeah.
It's the gray areas that people have to, that's where that tension, where you live in that tension, where it's like, I am alone versus I'm lonely, or I am a family man, I just don't have my family anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And it's like the gray area of like the moments that he had that were like grand felt simple, but they are grand. Like after a long fucking time away from your family, you get to see them again. Like that's grand. You get to see your daughter like pick up water and plant the flag. Like that's
they built their
grand.
cabin.
They built the fucking.
They
That's
built,
grand.
and he built it twice.
That's some grand
You
shit,
know,
bro. That's beautiful. It's
taking that
yo.
trip
I'm about to
into
cry right
town,
now. Like that shit is beautiful.
getting on that flight.
Shit is beautiful, bro. Cause that's most people's lives when you think about it. Simple shit. But these moments in a person's life are grand. You know what I mean? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
If this shit don't win the Oscar, I'm going to crash out because the way I'm talking about this film is like a fucking the Mona Lisa, a Da Vinci
I
painting.
think I think I mean it's possible it could win, but I honestly think they may give it to one battle after another.
Really?
I haven't seen it's gonna be that or Begonia. I don't know if they'll give it to Train Dreams. I think they should.
Not
I don't know if they
Sinners?
will. Sinners ain't winning nothing.
You don't think?
I love Sinners. I personally would pick it. That movie blew my mind. But I think because and it's nominated from all the categories. It's nominated for mostly everything.
Mm.
Sometimes those movies get nominated for everything and don't win anything. You know,
Mm.
because when you break it down to individual these categories, other movies may have had a more profound effect on the audience. If they win, that'll be an upset. And it'll be great. I would be very happy if Sinners win. Hell yeah, Ryan Coogler, because it's an original story,
Mm-hmm.
a brand new. Like I felt like it was a fresh way to show vampires. It showed beautiful culture, rich in music. The acting was superb. It wasn't boring. It moved like I understand why they had to nominate it for everything because there wasn't a part that was missing. But did it leave you feeling the way some of these other movies left you feeling? And Oscar picks, sometimes they shit on the Oscar pick. You pick something that's obviously like relationship based, you know. You pick sometimes they pick things to like be contrarian to culture. Well, everyone thinks this, but we're gonna give it to the. And then sometimes they get the then sometimes they hit it on the head. Sometimes they're like, nope, they gave it to the right person. They gave it to the right crew. So we'll see. But so far, I will say they did a great job picking the nominees because I haven't seen a bad movie yet. Sentimental Value is probably the one I liked the least, but it was still a good movie.
Yeah. Like a lot. Like I went into this like knowing or like having this idea that none of these movies are truly gonna be like shit. You know what I mean? Like I may
Well,
not
that's
like
what you want.
one of these movies, but I don't think it's gonna be shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, the point of the Oscar nomination is that it can't be a shitty movie.
Mm-hmm.
And because I haven't watched each and every single Oscar nomination in years, most of their picks are usually worthy of the pick. It's but they caught some heat for a while because they were making terrible picks. And then come to find out a lot of the people weren't even watching. Like the Academy, the voters, a lot of them weren't watching all the movies. So that's what I'm
Yo,
saying. That's why you get the bad picks
yo, we could
because you're
do a better
having
job.
people
Yo.
not watching the movies.
We could do a better job, yo.
No, that's why I said if we were going to do the Oscar stream, we had to watch the movies because I didn't want to watch it blind. Because
Yeah, because then we're just ignorant.
it's a long award show. It's not that great of award show to be honest. But the fact that we watched all the movies, we'll be able to tune in and be like, oh, who's gonna win for this? Who's gonna win for that? Well, Sinners may win for like music. It may win for like wardrobe,
Maybe like female actor or actress.
something like that.
Maybe,
But
maybe.
I don't think he's gonna walk away with Best Picture.
Really.
It may come down to one battle after another, Begonia, and then maybe Train Dreams. I think it's gonna be a battle out between those
Yo,
three.
I wish this would make the Oscars fire. Once they start the show, already 2 out of the top 10 are eliminated. Be like, these two movies, they're not winning. That would be fire. It's like, oh
No,
shit, they just eliminated that. What the fuck? And then coming down to the
no,
top three, it's like, who's gonna? Yo, that would just, I don't know what it is, but it gives me a lot of intrigue. Like when they like do that live shit. Like imagine you start out with 10, 15 minutes in, they're like, hold on, guys, special announcement. The lights go dim. 2 movies got eliminated.
no.
Holy shit,
That would
Gia.
suck.
You
It's
think that
bet
would
no.
suck?
So what they do is they tease you and said so
You don't
throughout the
tease me,
show
bro.
they'll give like a minute trailer of the movie and then people talk about the movie and then at the end of the show that's the last option. That's the last category given. But we'll see.
You don't tease me, bro. Make it like, make it wrestling. You know what I mean? Make it fucking, make it like that. I'll
No,
tune
I mean
in. You
we'll
start
see. We'll
eliminating
see.
motherfuckers live on stage. Whoo, that's tough. that's tough. Be like, yeah, you're not
But
getting
I'll
it.
see how I feel about the rest of the movies. I'll see
Alright.
what because I want to see Frankenstein.
Yeah.
The movie I'm most interested in is Begonia.
You gotta see it. You gotta see it.
That's I think, gonna be my last movie.
That's gonna be a good last
And I
movie
only
for you.
um and I want to see Marty Supreme because I support Timothy Chalamet. So
Come on, Marty.
he needs to win Best Actor. I don't know if he's won an Oscar yet.
Maybe. I don't know. But that's gonna
He's
do it
been
for.
nominated every year for like the last 6 years. I'm
Oh
sorry.
shit. Has he been? Oh,
Yes,
God bless you,
he's
Timothy.
that actor.
Yo, Timothy Chalamet's the goat, yo. And he's from New York.
He sure is.
That's my guy right there. But
Yep, Hell's Kitchen.
thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being a part of the stream. And listen, next week it's a new week. All right, Jess. It's a new week. All right. I will make it a point to be here on Tuesday next week. I will make it a point. If I have to scratch and
Okay.
claw and fucking drink espresso for the first time in my
Well,
life
I'm
to
working
stay up,
Tuesday night, so I won't be home till like. It doesn't have to be Tuesday. I'm off on Wednesday. We could do it Wednesday.
I don't know, Jim. I stuck to Wednesday. I stuck to Tuesday already. I've had it in my
Well, then
mind.
you can do
Next week
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I can do
That's
Tuesday. I
fine.
can do Tuesday. I can do Tuesday.
You just have to wait for me if you don't want to do it by yourself. It's okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, chat. Yeah, I ain't waiting for Jess. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not waiting.
So then you'll be doing it by yourself
Thursday.
or with Daniel, somebody. Why don't you have Beanish? Why can't she be your special co-host, your special guest?
That's a bit. I think I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay,
I
fine.
think I'm
You
okay.
okay?
I'm okay. Right? Separate. Separation. You know.
I get it. I get it.
I'm not.
Smart
You
idea.
know.
Smart
This
man.
isn't. You know. This
Smart
isn't
man.
couples content. Okay. All right. You know. We know how those things go.
God,
Okay. They don't lead to
that's
good
funny.
things. Let me tell you. All right. But that's gonna do for us. This has been Casual Fridays with me and Jessica, and also Thomas Shelby.
Thomas.
Thomas, darling, how you doing, darling? Would you like some? Would you like
He's
some
running
tea?
the streets. He's getting the other turtles in line.
Oh, he's fucking gang banging.
Are you collecting the coin from the tavern? Are you collecting the coin?
He's fucking gang banging out here like a little rascal in the streets, isn't it? Oh, when is Thomas Shelby gonna learn?
Collecting all his shells. Collecting his shells, collecting his eggs.
Yeah. Let me
As
tell
I
you,
did
this
terrible
guy's
Peaky
got a hard
Blinders.
shell, but I cracked it.
It's funny.
But that's gonna do it for us. I will see you guys next week Tuesday. I will put it in my calendar. I will be here. And Thursday. Okay. I was a little tired, but I'm not gonna be fucking tired no more. All right. Tiredness hates to see me coming. Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to be tired because that's embarrassing when you are tired. So you're not going to be tired moving forward.
You know where I
Think
thought
of
you
your favorite podcasts. Are they tired? No.
you know where I thought you were going with that? I thought you were gonna be like, you as a man could never be tired. I thought you were going the man route. So
No, I would
I was
never. I
ready to
think that's
laugh.
insulting. I would not tell a man you can't be tired. What I would say is you have to think of your favorite content creators, your favorite podcasts, your favorite shows, and are they up there yawning? Talking about they're tired. No, so we can't be that way.
Yo. Talk to me like Kobe, bro. I like that. Yo, hold me accountable like Unk. 50 burpees right now. If I miss another day, I gotta go up the hill, 100 sprints.
Look, Kobe and Mike will tell you if you're not putting your best foot forward, stay away from me. Kobe used to tell people that if you're not with it, get the fuck out my face. Oh, so that's how we have to be,
Yo,
Mamba,
clock it.
Mamba style. All right.
Period. All right. We'll see you guys next week Tuesday and next week Thursday for Casual Tuesdays and Thursdays. Take it easy and peace out, everyone.